My name's John Bagley and I'm the chair of the International Fundraising Consultancy. We were set up in 1999, had our first clients in 2000, so we're coming up to our 20th anniversary. And for this 20th anniversary, we've looked back at our years in fundraising and thought about what are the fundamentals of fundraising? What are the absolutely key building blocks that everybody should know about so they can build their fundraising on a strong and firm foundation? This is the first in a series of 20 such broadcasts we're going to do, and these give us 20 fundamental building blocks, which I think will be of use to fundraisers wherever they are. However sophisticated your fundraising may be, it's very useful to check back sometimes and just to see whether your fundamental building blocks are correct, whether your fundamental building blocks haven't wandered off somewhere. So these 20 I hope will be useful for every fundraiser. The first one that we're going to talk about today is why people give. And maybe this is the most fundamental building block of all. We give with our hearts. We give because we feel that something out there in the world is so bad that we have to give money to help stop that from happening. But we justify this with our heads, with our intellect. When we go home at the end of the day, it is not just a matter of saying, oh, I've given so much money because I wanted to see that stopped. The question immediately is that you'll be asked, how? How is that stopping going to be done? How is the charity actually going to act? So as you draw up your fundraising programs, as you draw up your appeals, or as you draw up maybe a case for support for a major capital appeal to raise a lot of money, that has to run through as a theme. Both the idea that there is something terrible out there happening to move our emotions, and then a clear story about how you're going to make that difference. What are you actually going to do? What effect will this have? How will you measure and quantify that? And how will you show that at the end of the day, that money has been well spent? So this is the fundamental building block, and that runs through everything that we do. You know that stories are a very, very good way of doing this. Stories about our beneficiaries. And all stories have wolves. The best do. This is the plight that your beneficiaries have or are suffering from or have suffered from, and that you are helping them with. And that is the key bit which makes people say, ah, right, this must not keep on happening. I should be doing something about this. I cannot leave it to other people to do it. So that plight has to be there. However brave, however successful your beneficiaries are, however much you paint them as heroes, there has to be some underlying and fundamental problem that will move people emotionally. And then, what are you going to do about it? How do you solve that problem? That is a bit that's going to move them intellectually, and at the end of the day, that is what is going to unleash their money, that make them actually give, to do this very serious thing, giving some money that they have spent their lives putting together, collecting, working hard very often for. And sometimes those donations will be very significant. If you can get this right, if you can make this work, then your fundraising will increase and grow and develop, as we all hope it will. But something else begins to happen. Because you've got that right, you're also not just getting people to give, you're getting people to be involved. They want to help. They want to help through volunteering, through being staff. You actually begin to enthuse your staff in the organisation and the work of that organisation. So, simply put, this is our first building block. How people give, how people make that decision to give. They make the decision with their hearts, they justify it with their heads. So next time we're going to talk about a second building block. But for today, that's our first quick 5-minute slot on fundraising. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Goodbye.